guys, in this video, I'm gonna do some tests for you guys, right? So I'm towing right now, it's about 73 degrees. We're in New Mexico. I got about 2.5 hours until I get to the truck stop. So I'm gonna play around with some settings. We have the Edge CTS2. My thinking here is I wanna play around with my specific tuning settings on level 1, which is the tow tune. I've grown out of running the hot tune and the level 3 tune and this and that. I don't care for tuning on this truck. I wanna get a custom tune that basically like lights up the bottom end better, but pulls fuel at the top so that there's no EGT problems. What I'm noticing with this trailer at 71 miles an hour pulling these grades, and all of New Mexico is consistent. So I want to do some consistent tests here. I have seen like 14, 20 on the EGTs for like a split second with the AC on, 71 miles an hour with cruise control. This is where we're running about normally. And again, it doesn't stay there long enough to really care. Because like it'll split second it and then it'll come right back down because we're already at the top. But I want to do some tests because I already know I never have EGT problems in this truck when the AC's off. Doesn't matter how hot it is outside. With the AC off, it never touches 1400 unless it's like a really, really, really heavy trailer. But I have 50 over injectors. So I'm going to pull over somewhere up the road. Here we're pulling a grade here. This is the RPMs, this is the settings. 1400. And I'm gonna stay in it, I don't care. I have cruise control on, but it hit 1425 and then it dialed back. See how it's coming back down? Not long enough for me to care. Now mind you, ignore the coolant temp. My fan clutch doesn't, I don't have the wiring hooked up because the plug's bad. So we're gonna see a little bit cooler or hotter on the temps. It's not a big deal. As long as it stays under 230, don't give a shit. It'll ride 210 to 215 all day, no problem. So I'm gonna get up the road. We're climbing a small grade right now, nothing crazy, but you'll see they'll drop right back down. Not a big problem. EGTs are in the top left. Throttle percentage is here, but I have the cruise control on to keep it consistent. My wondering is, what are the EGTs gonna look like with this same trailer? And it's nice I can do it in this state because like the mountains and stuff are all consistent. But I want to know what the EGTs are on level 1 with the timing advanced, wastegate stock rail pressure, just with a level 1 tune, maybe 50 extra horsepower, but with it better. The fueling will come on a little bit quicker so it has more time to burn it. I'm genuinely curious, is the tow tune better and more reliable? Or is a stock tune better and more reliable? I do want to work with Firepunk on getting a custom tune to my liking. I do like a little bit of low end smoke at like 0 to 10 PSI. Nothing crazy, just you know, just enough to know it's a diesel. And then anything over 10 PSI, I want no smoke at all. But we're gonna climb this steep grade here. This is where we're at. Mind you, I probably weigh about 15,000 pounds right now. So super light compared to what I normally weigh. It's 73 degrees outside. That's what the EGTs are. Now, if I turn the AC off, let's do another pull up the hill with no AC on and see what happens when I see the next one. And just see what the EGTs do. All right, we got a nice grade coming up here. We're gonna be going up that hill. Right now we're chilling at around 1250. I've been doing 67 all day, and I have not seen over like 1275 all day. The second I decide to hold cruise control at like 71. All right, let's see what it is with no AC on. I'm gonna zoom in so the quality's a little better. So with no AC, chilling about 1275, 1270. We're still climbing, but it's gonna start dropping. So what I'm gonna do, oh, here we go. Let's see if we can hit 1400. There we go. I don't know if the AC is actually making a difference. That's interesting. If I tow at 67 all day, that'll never happen. Let's see what the boost is. Boost is only 22 PSI. So my logic here, we're almost at the top of the hill, so I don't care. It's coming down. It's like 1420 right now. And we crested the hill. So we're under 1400 now. So my logic is the boost is going to come on quicker. It'll be in its efficiency range, right around 1900 RPMs. The timing will be advanced. And that's my thinking. I'm going to stop at the next exit, pull off. I feel like this will make a good video. This is a good experiment video because I don't see anybody doing this. I'm going to show you exactly the settings I use, and we will go from there. I'm not upping the rail pressure at all. I'm leaving stock rail pressure, stock wastegate, but with extra fueling, it will hit about 30 to 35 PSI. So I'm going to pull off at this one here. But 35 PSI instead of the stock like 25, just because we're adding extra fuel. All right, so I've been good the last 4 years or a couple years. I am not a big fan of like super high tuning. This is gonna fucking play. This is the only thing I don't like about this radio. Is that whatever you were listening to last, it will play it. So I'm gonna go into performance settings, and these are my settings that I choose. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, look, tow, this level should be used while towing. Now, I used to run hot. All these settings I run on the exact same setting. So I'll show you guys what that means when I get in here, because you can customize all of these tunes. And realistically, if you like, you can change like the throttle, like the lag on your pedal. I used to run that my 04 manual, and it made a big difference. You'd hit the pedal with stock and it would lag so bad. And then you could put it on like level 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the accelerator pedal, and it made a huge difference. On level 4, super sensitive, it was like a 12 valve. Like the second you hit it, it was revving up. So I liked that. These 06s and 07s are a little bit laggy because it's all electronic throttle. Whereas I think the 04, it had a cable to a box under the hood. So the 06 is not like that. It's all electronic. So it definitely changes it. But this thing goes through all 4. By the way, that check engine light's not on. The key is on. That's why that's on. But yeah, once this goes through, I will be back with you guys in a second. This is the process. This takes about 15 to 20 minutes. Keep that in mind. Anytime you want to change your tune. Turn ignition off. This is so to verify that all the codes were cleared. Turn ignition on. Do not start engine. What do you mean?
Okay, cool. Okay.
No. Error? Oh, this is gonna... Let's see. It says, please update tuner. I don't know why it's telling me to do that. I don't even... I do have the cord on me, but my inverter's dead. All right, guys, we got it to work. So, create a custom program. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say rev limiter, stock. We're gonna do speed limiter. I always just come over here and put it like to the max because just it goes to 250. We're gonna go injection timing. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yeah, injection timing. We're gonna go to extreme. We're gonna do rail pressure. See, this says edge optimize. I leave it stock. This is me customizing this tune. Torque management settings. Extreme. That's where your pedal comes in. And then we're going to do wastegate setting and leave that stock. Now, what that's going to do, if you use these settings, and now keep in mind, you can change any of these if you want. You can put more, you can put less. With injection timing, I don't know if economy is more than extreme, but we're just going to go on level 3, which is extreme, and then we're going to hit continue programming. What I was going to say is, if you use these settings on a stock wastegate, it will up your boost. You're going to hit about 35 to 40 pounds at times on a stock gate. So keep that in mind. Do not sit here and turn the wastegate off on a stock turbo and add all this fuel, because if you do, what's going to end up happening is you're going to hit like 47 plus pounds of boost. Ask me how I know. Now the gauge is only going to read up to 38, but this acts like a boost fooler. So if you put an actual boost gauge on your truck and you use these settings, it will hit 50 PSI. Just keep that. If you're really trying for it, it will hit upwards of 50 PSI. You'll hit like 42 to 45 like that. Just keep that in mind. You're out of the efficiency range after 38 PSI on this turbo. 40, you can run it, but you're pushing it and you're really up in your drive pressure. So just wastegate stock. That's my opinion. So I'm going to let this thing spend the next 15 minutes doing this. And I will get back to you when we go on our drive. It should actually be a little bit cooler out, so we'll see. If this changes for the better, I will leave the tune alone. If it gets worse, EGTs get higher, I'm just going to honestly end up going back to a stock tune. All right, resetting the PCM, turn ignition off. Bada bing, bada boom. Engine idle and feed, would you like to disable it? Yes, I'm going to disable it. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to hit high idle enable back on, because even though it said it was enabled, it's bullshit. It wasn't enabled. Ask me how I know. Every time I retune this truck, I lose high idle. Now, when it's cold enough, it will physically go high idle itself. So yes, would you like to enable? Yes. So what that allows you to do, let's go back. I actually don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you the timer because I'm pretty sure that it was in with the other thing. So 49 minutes. So I drove 19.5. So yeah, I mean, it's probably about 15, 20 minutes. So I'm going to turn this whole thing off, reset the timer, and then you guys will hear the difference. It's definitely going to sound different because you're adding more fuel. So this is the feature I was talking about. You hit cruise control. See how the RPMs come up? If you hit resume, you can up them all the way to 1500. And she definitely sounds different. Let's get out here and see if that tune made any smoky difference. Look at that. So it's a relatively clean tune. All right, sucks it's getting dark. I'm gonna open this, but it immediately is peppier. And throttle position, like it's immediately better. Obviously because it's a tune, you can see the EGTs. I'm gonna hold the same throttle position that I would. Hopefully this guy's gonna let me over. That's the other thing that sucks with any of the Edge tunes, is that you have no control over overdrive. It's gonna shift at 50 no matter what. So I'm gonna put this thing back up to 71. All right, so we're back to 71. This is where we're chilling. It's definitely a little peppier. I'm trying to get the fine tuning on where I want the throttle. I'm gonna go back into it a little bit and we're gonna set it right there. And we'll see how the hills climb. I did turn, it'll go back to 71, but I did turn the AC on. So we'll see how it acts. I'm actually gonna put AC on the floor because it keeps my cooler cool. All right, so we're going down a grade right now. We are about to climb one, and it's still 71 degrees, so we're still within that limit. So I want to see just how it acts, because I'm genuinely curious too. But nobody on YouTube has done this test with an Edge tuner with the exact setup that I have, which is a really decent setup, whether you have a stock intake or not, but a 5-inch exhaust and a... and 50 over injectors on level 1 with customize. All right, we are at the very bottom right now. We're gonna start climbing. If it stays anything under 1430, that's what I'm looking for. This isn't a very big grade, but I'm already noticing an EGT drop, but I wanna hit a big hill just to show you guys. I'm not just gonna call it good there. Here we have a big hill coming up here, but I'm gonna try to find any mountain grades that I can and see if that makes a difference. So I haven't really seen many good grades. This one's decent, so I picked the camera up. I've skipped quite a few of them. I got the AC on, it's still 70, and I needed to like use more throttle. It's 20 pounds of boost right there, so boost is in the middle. and EGTs are on the top left. Boost is right there. Yep. So definitely seems like it helped. But we're not done yet. I'm gonna find a mountain and I'm gonna see just what this thing does when I find a grade, and I'm gonna climb it at 71. So I've been going hill after hill after hill, and I haven't seen more than what you guys saw earlier. I don't think I've seen more than 1,200 yet. So I'm just gonna keep going until I find a big hill. If I have to wait till tomorrow, whatever. Definitely gonna test this on other trailers. Maybe not in this video, but I thought it would be a cool concept. Genuinely, if we don't find a big hill anytime soon, I'm gonna force EGTs. Like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm just gonna fucking hammer on this thing with the AC on and see what happens. EGTs they've definitely dropped. Less throttle has been needed for the same goal. All right, we're gonna turn the AC on. This hill, I am at 71 mile an hour. I am gonna hit the lockup switch so it doesn't downshift on me. And then I'm gonna give her about 90% throttle. There's the EGTs under 84% throttle, 80 mile an hour. It took 80 mile an hour to hit 1370. I don't wanna take this trailer that hard, but like, and I'm not gonna hit my brakes to put it under more load because I don't want the cruise control to kick out because I have it at the perfect speed. But genuinely, it definitely helped. I'm gonna say that. It needs less throttle, and it seems like it's a lot cooler on the EGTs, even with the AC on. You see, I got the AC on. So, still gonna attempt some mountains, but that's fucked. So climbing that hill, I saw 1230 at 20 pounds of boost. We're gonna have to go back and compare. I don't know. I don't think I had it on this screen initially. They got fucking fireworks going on over there. Nice. Definitely makes a big difference. Just a level 1 tune with more injection timing makes a big difference. All right, so these are the records. This is what my truck has physically done since I put this edge on here. So 237 degree coolant temp was the most I ever saw. 1549 on the EGTs, 101 miles an hour. Obviously it was done on a track, not on the street. And RPM 3648. So about 3,700 RPMs. And then we go up here. And yeah, boost pressure, the most it's seen is 41 PSI. So that's all the sensor can read. It was definitely higher than that. Genuinely though, if you're wondering if a level 1 box tune on your truck will make a difference, it's made a difference. I've been trying to get the EGTs hot. Now granted, obviously it's gonna be different when it's 80, 90, 100 degrees outside, but this was a direct comparison between 69 and 71 degrees with the same fucking trailer with any of these grades. Obviously I didn't get to show you guys the boost, but the boost is obviously going to be higher than what it was. So just keep that in mind. I got a grade coming up here. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. You can see that car all the way at the top. So we'll see what it looks. I'm gonna turn the AC on even. I don't need it, but I'm gonna turn it on just to keep everything consistent. It is 70 degrees out right now. That douchebag got his high beams on. People are dicks. So I'm just gonna let it climb. See what happens. And we're at 1100. Let's see what our throttle position is. It physically needs less throttle. I'm accelerating now. I'm accelerating like 75, 44% throttle. The difference has been made. I'm gonna make that point. If you haven't seen a difference by now, like it's the same grades, the same everything. The difference is it's dark outside now versus light. You could say, oh, the sunlight makes a difference. You could argue that. All right, here's a good grade. This one's a good one. 22 pounds of boost. It saw 1222 on the temp. Look at that. Now we're climbing. This is a steep one. By the time we get to the top, and they come back down. 1251. All right, this one's really steep. At least I thought it was. Yeah, they're gonna start dropping in a second. Yep, there they go. All right, guys, so in conclusion, I tried. I tried to do what I could to make the EGTs come up. I climbed a grade. I gave it a shitload of throttle. The most I saw was like 1370, and that was at like 85% throttle and all the way up to 80. And I had to let off at that point because of the trailer. But case in point, I mean, if I would have done that before, I didn't realize it was going to make that much of a difference. I really thought that just uploading a tune, like, because it's a box tune, I would have rather run the stock tune. But if it's going to run better and get me better mileage, that's the thing I'm going to have to test for, because I know what mileage I get driving from like Texas to Pennsylvania. I can get 2,200 miles to a full tank, 140 gallons. I think I was getting about 16 miles a gallon, so whatever it is, I don't think you can fill it the whole thing up. I'm not sure 100%, but I got 2,200 miles to that tank. I'd be curious to see how many miles I get out of a tank now. If I get 600, 650. I mean, mileage is mileage. If I get better mileage driving it nicely, I mean, we'll see. But you guys can see I drove 60 minutes, 67 miles, and that's the numbers there. So I came back here to turn around, as everybody pointing this way does, and I see this guy. And I see the sand, and I learned my lesson the first time. I'm just gonna back down this fucking road because I'm not trying to turn around. Like, this dude's fucked. Like, there is no getting that out. Yeah, I'm not even gonna play that shit. There's someone down there. I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna back the whole way down the road because, well, boys, it is early, and I'm gonna say this is the perfect area. I had no idea that there was a Love's last night. Like, I'm here and there's a Love's right there. I literally could have just parked right there. I didn't realize that, and I slept at the Maverick last night. And that Flying J, I showed you the video clip in the beginning. That was, oh, that guy fucked up. He fucked up bad. That's gonna be a big wrecker to get out. I think he was still there last night when I pulled out. He might have still been there this morning, but man, that thing, he sunk that thing in the sand. I started pulling in not knowing what it was, and I felt it, and I was like, I stopped, and I said, screw it, I'm backing out. I'm not playing this shit. Because I know what sand is like. It doesn't matter if you have four-wheel drive or not. But yeah, we're going to get dropped here. The trailer's back there. We're here. I need to go in, and let's go see if we can get this thing dropped now, and then see if we can't find something. My laptop died, so I'm going to go into Love's, charge it, you know, brush my teeth, do what I need to do, and then we're going to spend all day looking for something, because there's got to be something to get me out of here.